some things you kind of took away in terms of improving that going forward?
Well, I mean, they're big up front. They did a good job up front. I thought we adapted really well. I think they do some things. They brought safeties down. They're doing a lot of stuff trying to keep Jalen, I think, out of the run game element as well. They did a good job, and I thought we adapted really well. So if you're going to do that, then we're going to throw the ball. So I think that's how it kind of works. I think the good thing is being able to get something not going as well as you hoped it does, and not worry and panic about it and just go, okay, that's fine. Let's go to the next step, and got it going. So I thought that was the positive about it. I thought they were good up front. They got some push. I look back, and whenever something does go up, I probably could have called some things better. Obviously, I always feel that way. It's easy to say, oh, this kid. I go, well, I might look at myself and go, oh, well, man, maybe we could have called this run play instead of that run play. The tough thing was the second quarter, we got we fumbled, we had one possession until the end of the half, so like 4 plays. So the game got strong. So once you start minimizing play numbers, now you're like, hey, and then we came back the second half, and I thought, well, here we go. We're going to go with what was going to get us down the field. But that's why I still keep working. So a good job is keep improving on it, keep working on it, figure it out.
You talked a little bit about the game flow there. I think Missouri had 46 plays in the 50-play stretch. How does that impact you as a game caller?
I get bored. I'm tired up there. I'm just doing nothing. I'm like, geez, Louise. No, it doesn't. It makes you. It's like it felt for how to say it. We played Army before, different spots like the Buffalo. So sometimes you get those. You can't concern yourself with. The worst thing you do is try to rush once you get the ball back. Everybody tries to go. Well, it might happen. It might be an 18-play drive. It might be a 3-play drive. So that's why I thought I don't change. I'm like, okay. The thing is, you look at your plays, you're like, hell, there's a lot of plays still left because you haven't called many. So I think that was a good part. Going at halftime, we hadn't got much yards. We scored points. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of things that we felt really good about. We might just have to come out and go get it, go and get after it. So that kind of kept the plays we had there that we felt were like the really go get them type plays. We had them and had a lot of them at the end, which thank goodness.
You don't know how long those drives
Nope.
are going to last. You're sitting up there waiting,
Right.
being bored, like you said. But do you, as it kind of goes on that way, do you find yourself communicating more with Jalen or whoever?
With our coaches, kind of like, hey, in case you start getting ahead, going, hey, this looks like this is happening.
Right.
Hey, start preparing for that next quarter. Start preparing, get a little jump start at halftime. Hey, if we don't get to these plays, let's make sure we can talk about these plays. Let's make sure, kind of start creating that second half list. Because your first half list, you still a lot left there too. Now you say, do you finish your first half list, or hey, these are the plays you kind of save for the second half sometimes. Hey, maybe we just got to combine those two. So it kind of gives you a chance to kind of reconvene, kind of reconfigure how you're doing things.
Jim, what do you see from West Virginia on film? What do they try to do?
Really, they play hard. They did a great job of them. They lost to Ohio U, was really good because they played Ohio State really well. And then they come back and play great really hard against Penn State. Penn State against Pitt. Their defenses, I thought, was really good. I think they run around, play really hard. They're very multiple in what they do. You'll see some 3 downs. You watch 3 games, you'll see some 3 downs, some 4 downs, some 3 safeties, 2 safeties, 1 safeties. I thought their front 7 runs around really well. They try to cause chaos and they try to cause they have good blitz stuff. So you got to make sure you're prepared for that kind of stuff. I thought they did a really good job of playing hard, trying to cause confusion offensively. You got to do a great job because you look at those numbers. They've gotten to the quarterback and they've caused turnovers. There's 2 things that we got to make sure we don't let happen.
33 games. What did you like or dislike about the offensive line?
The offensive line?
Yeah.
I like the most is there's guys that are playing, the guys that are going there are playing well too. We got good depth. I thought the guys that are the guys that come in and roll a little bit have done really well, and they keep getting better. So that gives them more chance to get more reps. We're healthy, thank goodness, which is good. And I think there's a cohesive unit. I think the good thing is that they didn't get frazzled about that game. All of a sudden, hey, okay. And then they started doing a great job with pass pro against a group of guys that are really hard to pass pro against. I thought the Missouri D-line was outstanding. And trying to hold those guys off DN-wise was pretty darn good by those guys. So I was really impressed by them staying together, how hard they're playing. I'm excited about that group. I really am.
What was maybe a big focus for you guys offensively during the bye week? Where do you feel like it's kind of a big step forward you're going to take?
I felt like finishing, meaning we're low in third. The stats, I'm a math guy, so I can make stats sound however you want them to. I can do it all you want. But I always tell guys, I said, points are the most important thing. We needed to score 40. What did we score? 41-31? We need to score 42 points somehow. End of story. It doesn't matter how you're doing it. But statistically speaking, we got to get better on third down. So we try to emphasize that. End of game, those still situational decisions. End of the half, we would go out of bounds and ends up giving them a drive that all of a sudden, craziest thing, they get a penalty, you don't think it's going to happen, ends up happening, they score points. And the end of the obviously the drop pass and fourth down and third down, but even getting the ball back in the pick, we're down 10. You still like to fix that and just get a drive going. And then when you have an opportunity to hopefully get a score and get a onside kick. So I thought the end of game situation still came back a little bit that I thought we were getting better at that didn't go as well as we needed. Just got to keep working on it. So that's kind of those third downs, those situations, keep drives alive. I think we're doing a good job being explosive on first and second. I think the times we aren't, I think we need to do a better job on third down. Because obviously one bad third down, just like in that game, we get that third down and it's like maybe they don't have a 18-play drive, but all of a sudden, because you never know when you're getting the ball back. So we got to maintain drives when we have a chance to.
In those situations on third down, for example, what are those factors that you guys
Combination. You look at because all of a sudden I'm gonna go number one play call. Because it's easy for me to say this kid is hey, I'll take it. I'm like hey, I can look back and go dang, I don't care if a kid drops the ball or it's a poor throw. I'm like I always look at myself, so I'll take that and go okay, what could we have done differently? You know, and then go back and say okay, is it schematically or is it personnel wise or just like you said a poor throw and those kind of things kind of accumulate what's happening. Third down and short. You know, what do we need to do to get that, get a little better there and so on. So I think that's a part of just kind of looking through all those things. And I never say like, it's just, I will always say like, it's easy for me to so good. I'm like, oh, shoot, I could have called that. But also do what we're doing. I think we're doing stuff really well. We just got to finish. We got to execute it better.
Let's talk about winning the battle of the trenches kind of snaps in the run game. When, you know, the offensive line is struggling to kind of hit the holes and win that battle, what can you do to kind of mitigate that? Like, is there anything you do to kind of...
No, you keep working. You keep looking and say, okay, do we run more gap schemes or tight zone or wide zone? You kind of mix and say, okay, what could we have done different? Do we do this and that? You always have a whole collage of play things you can look at and go, okay, this and that. You look at personnel, we're good there. All right, maybe we're more wide zone. Or sometimes just one, you know, it's weird things like third downs. It's like, think about this, third downs, you're 3 for 10, that's 30%. If you get 2 more, you're 50% all of a sudden you become one of the top teams in the country. So it's like the run game, all of a sudden, you might hand it off and you go, oh, shoot, 2nd and 9, so maybe you have to throw it out, maybe get a 20-yard gain, maybe we go tempo and we get RPO throw. So it's like sometimes, maybe the rhythm of it sometimes doesn't, sometimes just that play or two, get that drive, you know. See, because we've been more, I don't know statistically, I guess they've been more explosive. They've been more explosive type plays, which kind of negates sometimes, and maybe we're not doing the early down runs as much, as sometimes become RPO type throws. So kind of balancing that all out. Good question. So good, y'all want to go. Ooh. So I was like, I said, sit down with Daryl and Jay. I'll go, hey, what else can we keep doing? What can we add to this? And keep it. Hope the guys are all healthy and give them a chance to go because they got it good. And then Jalen's done a good job running for the most part too.
Go ahead.
Deshaun Hanukkah kind of emerged as like a safety net for Jalen in that Mizzou game. What have you seen out of him? Is that kind of a role that you see from him?
You know, he looked really healthy. Like sometimes you see him. I thought he had some. He's been. I said early on, even during camp, sometimes I felt like he was kind of limp and like there's something, you know, leg or knee or whatever. He just looked. The last guy, all of a sudden, it's like whatever happened. Like he was bouncing around and running around, and it just carried on to the game. So I'm just so happy that I think he feels really good. He feels healthy and he's making plays, and he's an athletic kid now. Really good at ball skill that you can tell in those plays. That was kind of emerged. I think it's just him being healthy, and then obviously you start making some plays. What happens? Your confidence goes through the roof. You're like, hey, give me the ball. I'm the guy now. So that's got me. So I think the big thing is just I feel like he's feels healthy. Feels good.
Rinkwitz mentioned the 2 deep balls that you guys missed to Emmanuel Henderson sort of pulled them into zone basically. How have you seen Henderson's speed maybe impact the way the defenses are able to play you guys?
I think just like you said, I think that those kind of moments, you make them go. Like I think whether you want to hit it, obviously, like you're like. Luckily, I think we still score on that drive. I think we had a couple of whatever, but like what happens is people still, whether you miss it or hit it, they still saw what happened. You're like, ooh. So at least it puts their thought process of hey, make sure maybe know where he's at, or hey, we got to make sure we know. It might back him up a little bit. It might make him do something else which help other guys. Always you have a guy that can do that sometimes. Well, maybe they double it, or maybe they keep the safety towards him, then helps everybody else. So I think that's a big impact of him doing that kind of things and showing it. It helps everybody else around them.
Jalen's had the stellar start of the year, especially through the last year. What do you see differently from him?
I think overall confidence. I think he's always not. He's not been confident. I know it's a double negative, so I apologize for that. But it's just it feels like you feel like how the way he's walking around. He didn't have that fumble. I'm like, geez, I'm like, so it's like, oh, and then it came. Then in the half to end grade, we came out and then played really well the second half for the most part until the very end. I think that I think he's always shown the ability to bounce back, but not consistently. I feel like that's more of like things happen. He feels that he knows. I think he knows what's happening, where I'm calling, what's going to come next. I think that kind of helps too. Maybe a little feel for that and saying, hey, I'm not giving in. You know, it's going to keep coming, buddy. Like, you know, like obviously sometimes I feel like I'll miss throw. Well, I don't know when it's coming again. If it's open, like we're going to find it, figure a way out. I think that's where I think he knows. He just said, but like he's bounced back well. He knows he'll get another chance to be, and he's got to keep doing that. Obviously, you still got to keep working on things sometimes, mechanically, his feet and stuff. But like I think that's where he feels so confident with the offense and his ability to bounce back.
And obviously, you've coached him for a while.
Yeah.
Have you seen that growth? in
Coaching
that
forever, it
player?
feels like.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm just saying, geez,
Yeah.
Louise, I'm going 6
Have you
years,
seen that
5
ability
years.
of his ability to kind of bounce back, improve over the years?
I have.
Last year,
I have.
this year?
It's been, I think it was so, I told you guys this at the start of this season, I felt like, if you look back, I felt like you had maybe pressed a lot last year, at least early, for a multitude of reasons. I don't know, like wanting to get ball those 3 older receivers who are great dudes, and things weren't going great, so I think he put a lot of pressure on himself, going how much he loves this place and loves his school, you know, so I think that's where you kind of see a difference of. It's like, hey, I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. And I tell him, I go, just play free and fast. I go, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The play's going to be called. You got 6 seconds. Give me the best 6 seconds of your life. Enjoy it, love it. Just do everything you can. After there, take a deep breath. Let's go do it again.
West Virginia has a new edge rusher. They just got eligible. How do you prepare when like a key guy gets added partway through the
You
season?
don't. You maybe do some background check of where he's from. You know where he's from and what's happening, and then sometimes figure it out on the run. No, you do. You get some run, and you always prepare. You hear about it, okay, great. Kind of locks you back in. Do some recon of work on him. That's your way where he's from, and get some. If you have anything you can do to find out different things you've seen from him, that's all you can do, because you don't know what kind of shape he's in and whatnot. But you just prepare for it. Go. It's like an injured guy. You kind of get all that you can do background check on him and go, oh yeah, okay, good speed edge. Go, okay, great, and let's figure that out.
Bryson missed a good, can't do that, missed a good chunk of camp with an injury. Having a bye week, almost a month now, practice, do you feel like he's starting to show some things where
I do. And everyone goes different levels. Like this is a great time for him. You start, you had a big couple catches in the Wagner game, so you kind of say, okay, I could feel for it. Didn't have as many in the Mizzou game, and then you got this week to kind of, okay, hey, this is your chance to really get a lot of reps of practice. Guys like that, I think it helps these bye weeks so much, because you can really just, and you got all the time, but you're not preparing necessarily like you are game week. You're still preparing, obviously, for West Virginia, but not in that same mode. So you got more time to work with him. So I think that helped him a ton. So hopefully it'll pay off.
Coach Z. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, fellas.